I am over here unintentionally looking like Christmas. What's up? What's up? It's 2:31 on a Wednesday. I think today's the 29th, 30th, 31st. It's 31st. It's 31st. I am out of shape, and I am on my way to get my nails done. I want to have a little bit of a I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. It's not a rant, it's a word of encouragement. I'm trying to be better about thinking positive and attracting good things, and you know, whatever. So my little message today is, I don't even know if it's a message. If you have your mind focused on something, if there's something that you want to do, something that you're aiming for, you have to keep your eye on the prize. You have to just remember what that thing is, especially on days when it seems like it's never going to happen. You have to visualize yourself doing the thing that you want to do, and just feel as though that thing that you're working towards, you already have it. I have been trying for 3+ years to make a big, it's not big, well, whatever, to make a career move, and it was frustrating because I would see colleagues of mine, I mentioned this in other videos, but in the event you don't know, I've been in the TV news business for 10 years. I was a reporter, and I knew a while ago that it wasn't for me, but because of my degree and my experience, those were like the only jobs I could get was in TV news, because whatever. So I say all that to say, I knew a while ago that I wanted to make a change, but it was hard to make that change because the same things that I was told when I tried to get a job in TV news was the same thing that I was getting told when I tried to make the change, which was, you don't have a lot of experience in this new thing you're trying to do. And it gets frustrating because I'm like, well, how do you expect people to get experience if you won't give them a chance? Like, everyone needs a shot. Someone gave you your shot, so why don't you give me my shot? So I say all that to say, I'm the type of person, I'm very persistent. I don't like being told no, and I'm like, eventually, even though you told me no, eventually someone's gonna tell you yes. You just need one person to tell you yes, and then, you know, sky's the limit. Because even though I got told no a lot when I was trying to be a reporter, someone eventually told me yes, and then I was able to be in the business for 10 years. And now it's time to move on. So I finally got another yes in this new area of my career. So I just say all that to say, if you're working towards something, just keep on keeping on, keep on moving, don't stop. What's that song? So it just feels good when something you've been working so hard for pays off, and it's just like, yes, finally it's my time. And you kind of just got to try to stay encouraged. It's hard. Definitely easier said than done, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's another thing I'm trying to keep in mind with this whole YouTube thing. I'm sure you guys have probably heard by now that they're doing this whole YouTube monetization thing. I don't really know all the ins and outs of it, but something along the lines of, I guess at some point, if you had a certain amount of subscribers, everyone, why have they still not fixed a stretch of road? Seriously? Seriously? They just got a random car here with cones up, like you don't get any kind of warning. You just drive up and boom, cones in the road. Can't keep driving here. Anyway, with this whole YouTube monetization thing, I guess if you had a certain amount of subscribers, everyone was a YouTube partner. I'm not totally sure if everyone was or if it was a certain amount of subscribers, but, and then that way you were able to get your videos monetized, I think that's how you say it, and basically get money. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. It's not like I was literally getting maybe $3 to $5 a month. So it's not even like I was getting a lot of money. But now with this new thing that YouTube is doing, I will be getting no money. And I'm kind of like, you know how people say, you know, if you're gonna do something, you shouldn't think about the money that comes with it. Like, you should just do it. Like, if you could do, have you ever heard people say something like, if you could do whatever it is that you could do for life for free or something, like, would you still do it? Hell, I'm basically doing it for free because, you know, $3 to $5, I could, you know, maybe ball out at Wendy's. So, but with this whole new thing, I won't be getting any money because they want you to have, I think it's like 4,000 hours watch time, and I don't get that. So in late February, I will no longer be a YouTube partner. So there's that, and I'm just kind of like, okay, so is that a sign that I need to stop? Much like my career search, I've been doing YouTube for like 3 years now, and I appreciate all the people who have subscribed, but one of my goals was to, at least get 1,000, and I don't even have 600. So it could be a little discouraging at times, especially when you see these people who, you know, granted they've paid their dues in YouTube, but like now that they've made it, they'll go like 2-3 months without doing a video, and it's like, you know, I've been working. At one point I was legit doing a video every week, and then I got discouraged, but lately I've been picking up with the videos, I think, especially with my scandal recaps, and you know, it just gets frustrating when you see people who, like I said, have already made it on YouTube, so now they don't do it as much as they used to because, you know, they're getting their checks, but then you have people like me who are still trying to make it. Whatever, it's frustrating. So I didn't know if that was a sign that I need to stop doing my videos in February, even though I know I won't because Scandal's not over yet and I want to keep doing my recaps. But, you know, maybe after Scandal's over, I said I might stop. I've been debating on this for quite some time. Maybe I should take my own advice and just keep on keeping on, and eventually something will happen and I'll be like, oh, I remember when I used to want to quit YouTube. Just like I remember when I just wanted to quit, you know, trying to change my career and change my circumstances. How's 2018 going for y'all so far? We're almost done with January. January felt like a really long month, but 1 month down. So let me know how the year's going for y'all. See you in a little bit. So you know how it is when you get a little bit of, you know, your holiday checks come in from working all over Christmas and New Year's and stuff, and then, yeah, that's what this is. Although, shockingly enough, this box is not for me, it's for Steve. So just these two are for me. And then I'll show you what I got at Ulta. All right, so I told myself that if I was going to keep up with this whole natural hair thing, at first I was going to get a silk press every 2 weeks, and I was like, no ma'am, who do you think you are financially? That's not who you are. So I said, you know what, I'm going to invest in a quality flat iron, do my hair myself, and hopefully save money. Say all that to say, I got this Baby Bliss Pro titanium integrated ceramic flat iron, basically. I was watching this video on YouTube. Some chick was flat ironing this other girl's hair, and the video is titled something like, she told me she wanted a perm, and I said absolutely not. And this is the flat iron she used on her hair. And I just heard other girls, I'm hoping that have the same hair quality as mine, rave about this thing, so I got it. And in my defense, Sephora was having I'm sorry, not Sephora, Ulta, they were having their 20% off sale. So I'm not even gonna tell you how much this flat iron was. You go look it up. And then I got 20% off that, and then I got a detangling brush. Although I will say, when I see a person on the cover who doesn't look like me, I get a little worried, but we're gonna hope for the best, because that's one of the main issues I've been having with my hair, is detangling. So yeah, we gonna see how this turn out tonight. Pray for me. You can't eat your food in peace, babe. Here's a hair update. So I'm guessing if I were to do the big chop, it'd be somewhere like there. I don't know. This is why I'm not gonna do this. I'll leave this in the hands of the professionals. But we're gonna put this like, what is this? What is this? What are those? What are those? So yeah, we're gonna try to comb this out. I look like, what's that show? Little Rascals. What was the little boy? Oh, Tay. Buckwheat. I look like buckwheat. Wah. Ew.
Why do you know every single bitch that I know? Why can't you just shut your mouth and take the high road? Fucking final. That's that my road. Hey, south, south, south.
And what will the first hint of fuckery imply? Like, what will it consist of?
I don't know. I'll figure it out when it happens.
Is that right? So what were your thoughts on, where we go last night? Fogo de Chão.
What do you mean with my thoughts?
How'd you like it? I mean, you've been there before.
Enjoyed it, exactly.
It's interesting. They have a bar type situation. It's kind of like a buffet where they have like your sides, sort of, So I got mushrooms, which I didn't realize they were cold, but I got mushrooms, asparagus. Oh, he got zucchini. I forgot to get zucchini. And then they bring you meat over. And then they were like, hey, we got some chicken. You want chicken? And you'd be like, yeah. And so then they cut the chicken off the little stick, and then you put it on your plate. And then they'll bring you like chicken, steak, pork, stuff like that. So it was interesting. My first time. Not cheap, so keep that in mind. But an interesting little experience. So now we're going to the mall. Is it traffic?
Yep.
Fun.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. Gotta love Atlanta.
Do you? Don't ask me why I'm still inside with a coat on, whatever. If you have been watching my videos for a little bit, or if you just have eyes, you will see that sometimes my skin decides it wants to go rogue and look a hot mess. It's been less than stellar lately, so I decided to try something new. A couple years ago, why are you looking at me? A couple years ago, I had gone to the dermatologist and they prescribed me this stuff called Zyana and then Finacea, and those things worked wonders. But after like, I'd say 2 or 3 years of using that, I felt as though the effects of it had worn off, like it wasn't doing what it used to do for my skin anymore. And so then I just started trying like over-the-counter stuff, and then yeah, it's just been a hot mess. So I decided to try something new. So I think I came across this on Facebook or Instagram. The stuff called Curology, and they send you like a trial, and then after the trial they start billing you monthly. You send in pictures of your skin, of your face without makeup, and like the troubles that you have, and then one of their, what do you call those people, dermatologists will look at your skin basically the same way they would do if you were in the dermatologist's office, and then they prescribe you medication. They ask you like what kind of things you take, whether it be birth control or any other kind of medications, stuff like that. So I decided to give this a try. Last time I went to the dermatologist, I was in Raleigh, and I remember I was literally in her office for maybe, I'd say 10 minutes, 15 tops, and a majority of that time I was waiting for her to come in. She came in, you know, look to the left, look to the right, you know, what kind of issues have you been having, how long have you had them, what kind of medications have you been on. I tell her, and she's like, okay, here's your prescription, and then you go. And I got a bill for $100, and I'm like, I was in there 15 minutes tops, and I owe you $100? Whatever. So I decided to give this a shot. So hold on. It says, I was made for you. I would like it if it said my name. Okay, so we're in this together. It says, through the peaks and the valleys, the breakouts and the glowing nights out, the rough patches and the smooth. Okay. So this is my little trial size. This cost $4.95 to ship. Has my name and then like all the ingredients of what this. Discard by May 18th. Apply to face nightly. So, interested to see how this will work. We will start using this tonight.